In God of War Ragnarok, Odin's primary motivation was a search for the divine afterlife, an obsession with what lies beyond the end of a god. He was haunted by the prophecy of his own death, spending his final days trying to find a way to observe or control what happens after a deity falls. While we've explored the afterlives of mortals throughout the series, the fate of the gods themselves was always left as an empty space on the map. That unanswered question becomes the physical reality for our new protagonist, as Faye wakes up exactly where Odin was never able to reach. The curtain on this divine afterlife is pulled back through Faye, who unexpectedly finds herself in a strange land following her funeral. This is the Everyone. It's a transcendent plane existing above the 9 realms, serving as the birthplace and final endpoint where all magic returns. Faye quickly discovers the natural flow of this magic is disrupted, turning this supposed paradise into a prison she cannot easily leave. Her absence from the mortal world puts the secret plans she made to protect Kratos and Atreus in immediate jeopardy. To find her way back, Faye must navigate a realm where her survival is the only thing standing between her family and the threats she fought her whole life to prevent. Traditionally, the series has kept individual mythologies in their own isolated spheres, but the Everyone breaks those boundaries. This realm acts as a centralized melting pot, pulling gods and creatures from across history into one highly contested space. This is where Faye encounters figures like Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of the Egyptian pantheon. She also faces Bektse, a wrathful deity appearing from Buddhist and Mongolian mythology. Faye is forced to navigate the lethal politics of a war zone where she is a stranger to every god she meets. Surmounting these cross-mythological threats requires Faye to find allies among the strange entities native to this plane. Her first companion is Frank, a protective cosmic cube voiced by Jack Quaid. She is also joined by Rue, an enchanted ribbon serving as the guardian of a powerful ancient blade. These companions serve as Faye's tactical guides, helping her decipher the laws of a world where traditional logic doesn't apply. Faye was once the wielder of the Leviathan axe, but in the Everyone, she transitions to the speed and reach of Rue's legendary sword. This changes the tempo of combat, allowing Faye to move seamlessly between ground and air attacks with a level of fluidity reminiscent of the series' earliest days. Because this realm is the source of all magic, Faye's Jotnar ability to manipulate souls transitions from a latent power to a primary offensive tool. She can now strike an enemy with enough force to literally knock their soul out of their physical body. Once detached, Faye can attack the soul directly or launch it as a projectile to damage other nearby enemies. This allows Faye to weaponize the very essence of her enemies, turning the nature of the afterlife against the gods who try to keep her there. For 20 years, God of War has moved from one isolated culture to the next. This game replaces that linear path with a multiversal structure. By centering the story in the Everyone, the developers can finally put wildly different mythologies into direct conflict within the same arena. Deborah Ann Wool leads the cast, bringing a human perspective to Faye as the story explores the flaws and the humanity behind her legendary status. Santa Monica Studio is developing the game exclusively for the PlayStation 5, targeting a level of combat responsiveness and world detail that bypasses the constraints of previous hardware. God of War Laufey is more than a side story. It is the answer to the franchise's longest-running mystery and a look at where the series goes next.